In my opinion, the thing they need to do to save the best for last is when you hit max stacks, the obsession changes. That's all they need to do to it. That's all they've ever needed to do to it. Because the problem isn't what the perk does, it's the fact that you lose stacks if you start hitting the obsession. That, in my opinion, is its problem. It's just one of those things where they fixed one issue it had and made the other issue more apparent. Now, I do think some things need to be fixed. I do not think Deathslinger's fucking. I don't understand why he loses stacks when he spears somebody. That's really dumb. I've always thought that was dumb. Is this still Gamer Chops? Um, I've always thought that was dumb. I don't know. That seems like a coding thing more than anything. I think Trickster also loses a stack every time he hits the obsession with a knife. I believe. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was for a little bit. Again, I just think there needs to be a way for Save the Best for Last itself to change the obsession. And I think the best solution would be once you hit a max stacks, the obsession changes. That way, yeah, he loses stacks when he hits someone with power. It's really weird how it's coded. But like that's just my thing with it. It's the same problem I had with Play with Your Food. Like Play with Your Food is an interesting idea for a perk. And I don't even think it's that good, apart from a few killers who can make really good use out of it. The problem I have with this perk is that it literally encourages you to find a survivor and just not chase them. Start a chase and leave. Ideal clown rework? I mean, for his add-ons? I think most of his add-ons are fine. I would love some more interesting ones in here, but for the most part, I think they're fine. I really, really want an add-on that lets him bounce his bottles. I really want that add-on. That makes it so his bottles bounce and then they explode, like Unknown. I've wanted an add-on like that for a while. And we know the code's there. Again, Unknown proves it, but also so does Trickster, because Trickster has Trick Blades. So, like, the tech is there to make it ricochet. And Krasu, too. But yeah, I think that's the biggest issue personally with Save the Best for Last is just it doesn't it just encourages like not good gameplay. Again, I went after the Zarina there, not because I wanted to, or because I thought it was a good idea, only because she body blocked, right? And I didn't even really care because then Ace body blocked and I got my stacks back anyways, and then I just kept ignoring Zarina the whole time. She barely technically played the game. She was just on gens the whole time. Who cares? But like, it encourages me to do that. Imagine Pyramid Head would ricochet. Oh my god, like, if it doesn't go the max distance, it, like, ricochets off the wall and goes a certain direction. And it goes the max range from there. So, like, you hit it at, like, 5 meters against a wall, and then it goes 10 meters the other way. That would be cool as shit. No. What? No. God, no. Pinky Finger is already a problem. That's just Pinky Finger, but better. As much as I don't like Pinky Finger, like, I think it's better. I don't know. I would rather Pinky Finger than that. It would have to have a downside if it did that, like a massive one. Because then you run into, like, the Engineer's Fang problem on Pinhead. Unless it doesn't down, but even then, like... Yeah, I don't know. Again, Clown is like in an interesting spot because I feel like his add-ons are fine. At least concept-wise, most of them are fine. There's a few that are weird, like making the tonic cloud bigger is like almost never a good idea. I don't like stuff like the sulfuric acid vial. This add-on was pretty decent when it wasn't on a timer, but now that it's on a timer, if you don't down them immediately, they're not getting the full 70 seconds anyways. Confetti bottles? Is that the party bottle? The one that just makes it go boop when it hits somebody? I don't know. Yeah, the only add-on I really want for Clown that isn't in the game, I really want an add-on that makes his bottles bounce. I kind of want that base kit, to be fair, but like if it was an add-on, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, as boring as his add-ons are, because most of them just affect like either how long or how much you're slowed for, or how long or how much you're sped up for. Well, yeah, that is what most of them do. I mean, they work. So, like, I can't really say anything. They're, like, all fine. I miss old Cigar Box, but I understand why it was nerfed. It's hard to believe there used to be 16 fucking meters. It fucking gutted this add-on. It's still good, by the way. It's just not as good as it was. Could help him melt pallets and gens, then he would become one of the most annoying characters in the game. Oh, I would love an add-on like that too. One that lets Huntress's Hatchets pass through people. I don't know if you guys can tell this. I really like Ricochet abilities. I also really want an add-on for Huntress that lets her hat, like, fuck it. Make Soldier's Putty base kit and turn Soldier's Putty into your Hatchet's Ricochet. Just fuck it. Again, the technology's there. We know it's there. Or make it the collateral one where the hatchet passes through people. Well, it's the same, like, I was talking in the Discord a bit about Ghostface, right? And this is a completely different topic, kind of, but, like, people are disappointed in the change they gave Ghostface. I am too. He's the one that I'm like, why did they do that? It doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. The thing is, what else can they realistically change? I mean, you could buff how long survivors are exposed for, but that doesn't fix his problems. You could make him crouch faster, but that doesn't fix his problems. Or move faster while he's crouched. It doesn't fix his problems. And if anything, that would just make him more annoying to play against. Because now, this small man you can't see who can instant down you is running at you at Mach 10. Is there even a point to have 110 kill? Yes. It's a balancing measure to make some killers forced to use their powers. If Vecna wasn't 110, he would just zone all the time. If Chucky wasn't 110, he would just zone all the time. He wouldn't have a need to use his power. Chucky's 110 for a bunch of different reasons, though, to be fair. His height, the way his hitbox works, the fact that he's technically 112 around some loops. So if he was 115, he'd be 117 around some loops. It encourages power use. Who's another 110? Trickster... Again, it's because if he was 115, he wouldn't have to use his power. They could. But they specifically said these were tweaks. That's not a tweak. That's a buff. That's a full-on, like, actual buff. But even then, I don't think that fixes his problems. It makes him better, but it doesn't fix his problems. I've said this so many times. There is no fixing Ghostface without reworking him. He will continue to have the same issues he has, even if you made all of his add-ons base kit. Because at the end of the day, he's a killer that relies on panic, and he's a killer that has no real chase power. He has no real chase power. He has no real, he has no map traversal or map presence or pressure. He relies on panic and ambushing. And the thing is, while I love the idea of making Drop Leg Sheath base kit, the problem with making this base kit is that it leads into the same argument I just had earlier, where now he's just annoying. Because he exposes you on a gen, and unless you have Sprint Burst, you just die. Again, it leads into the stealth character problem. How do you make a stealth character good without them being annoying? No, they could have made the cooldown 10 seconds. I think they just want to minorly do it. Again, I still think they're scared to buff him. Because, again, if you buff this character too much, it doesn't become a matter of him being too strong. It becomes a matter of him becoming very, very annoying very quick. Ghostface should be able to teleport to lockers. Imagine doing a shack gen and the locker behind you peeks open. I mean, I'm not against it. I don't think it really fits the character, but I mean, if fucking Dredge has shown us anything, it doesn't really matter now, does it? And Dredge has an anti-loop tool, too. Again, the unfortunate reality is unless you have a ranged attack or map or mobility of some kind, your character kind of sucks. See, Darth, you say that, but go look at how people talk about Ennard in that game. I was actually having a discussion with someone before stream about this. Because Ennard falls into that same camp. How did they word it on that Reddit post? What is it? It's the competitive team fallacy. Because a lot of people want to buff Ennard because he doesn't feel good if you're playing him against a team that can give callouts. What if there were two ghost faces? I mean, then the annoyances of 2v8 come into 1v4. I did hear a suggestion to make it so when Ghostface is in Shroud, he vaults faster and kicks pallets faster. I'm not against that idea, because it would mean, like, if you're chasing someone who's exposed, then, you know, they can't reveal you. But again, I don't, as much as I think that would help, I don't think it fixes his problems. It's just, it's such a hard issue. It really is. Let's make the game 4v4. That worked out so well for Texas Chainsaw, didn't it? It's the same problem with Deathslinger. Like, I know Deathslinger has a bunch of bugs and whatnot, but, like, buffing him is a finicky thing. Because if you buff Deathslinger the wrong way, then he just becomes annoying. Because he has arguably one of the best chase powers in the game. Arguably, I won't say it is the best, but one of them. What if he moved it? That's the thing, though. I mentioned that already, Darth. If they do that, then he just becomes annoying. Because then he exposes you on a gen, and he's just walking around the map crouched, so you can't see him half the time. And then he just sneaks up and kills you. And again, we've been testing this all night, right? Like, zoning is not good in a lot of situations. I haven't been winning very many matches tonight by just zoning, right? But even though it's not good and survivors are winning these matches, they're not really having that much fun, I wouldn't think. They're just kind of trying to dodge something that might happen, but it doesn't, so it just puts them in a position where they get instantly hit. Because again, if you do that to Ghostface, he kind of becomes like a mini version of Spirit. But that's the thing. So we can't buff the exposed part. We can't make stalking faster, because if we do, then he can basically just insta-stalk anybody. And that's not very fun. We can't make the crouch movement speed much faster, because again, he would just sneak up on people and instantly kill them. The only thing left is his cooldown. That's literally the only thing to adjust, other than adding, like, again, drop leg sheath base kit. But even I think that has its problems. And Darth, the shitty thing about it is a lot of what I'm talking about here isn't even balance talk. It's game feel talk. Marked survivors can only slow vault. I mean, again, does that sound very fun to be a part of? Because that just sounds like clown on crack. It would be cool if Chucky was 7 foot tall. I mean, yeah, Chucky's a good example of this, right? Like, he's not even that great of a stealth character. He's in French, by the way, before you get jump scared. Chucky's not even that good of a stealth character, and people fucking hate this guy when he sneaks up on you. Yeah, people will say anything that kills you is annoying, but I do think there is some merit to the idea of a stealth character doing it. Again, I use Spy from Team Fortress 2 as a very big example, because he's been around for so long and the discussion really hasn't changed. Depending on who you ask, Spy in Team Fortress 2 is either the most broken character in the game or the worst character in the game. And both sides of that argument are right at the same time. And this is the conundrum of making a stealth character in any PvP game. Sombra is in the same boat in Overwatch. Again, a lot of people think she's really, really annoying, and she's not that good. She can work. Sure. But, like, for the most part, most people find her very annoying. That's why she's been reworked, like, 3 times now. It's because the idea of a stealth character in a PvP game just does not work the way it should, because either the stealth is useless, so the person using it doesn't feel like they're being stealthy, or the stealth is really good, and if it is really good, then it's annoying to play against. If the entire aspect of your character is to ambush people without being seen, it will not be fun to play against. Unless you put limiters in place to make it so it's fine. Again, like, Wraith is a good example because he's stealthy, sure. One, you can hear when he goes into his stealth. And two, once he sneaks up on you, I mean, with the exception of an add-on, you can hear him. Yeah, she's getting another rework because she has to. Again, and I know people don't, a lot of people don't agree with me on this statement. I still think Ghostface is realistically speaking the only actual stealth killer in the game. I know Wraith kind of falls into that camp, but I don't even consider him a stealth character because you're not even really using his shroud for stealth. You're using it to get around the map faster and to get that speed boost when you come out. It's not really, like, you can use it to ambush, but that's usually not the main purpose. Pig isn't really a stealth character. Chucky has his directional laugh. Springtrap is really loud. Even before the Myers change, I never considered him a stealth character. He was a stealth character at the beginning of the match. And that was it. After that, he was just a normal character. Even now, like, you're not really using tier 1 for the stealth. You're using it because you have to get to tier 3. Yeah, I've made that comparison before. It comes down to a question of, like, it doesn't matter if the character's good or bad. People are still going to hate it because they just, for Clown in particular, it's because he CCs you. People don't like being CC'd. People fucking hate it. It's just a weird, like, conundrum. I know Overwatch showed off their new character that's coming out. And, you know, I joked about it a bit that she, from the looks of the trailer, she has a, she has the gun from Fifth Element where, like, you shoot one bullet and then it tags them. And then when your other bullets track the person, I can promise you that shit's going to be hated. Doesn't matter how much damage it does or how good it is. That's going to be hated